What's going on, everybody? This shoe review is for those of us with wide feet but refuse to buy wide shoes. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brandon here with Roadrunner Sports, and I'm going to give you guys my run review of the Hoka One One Clifton 6. I'm a couple miles in right now, and I wanted to make sure I got this done before it got dark, because then you wouldn't be able to see it. So let's go over a couple of the specs of the shoe real quick. Obviously, we have a super breathable upper, which I can attest it is very breathable. It's a super hot day tonight, so my foot is breathing quite nicely. And we have the stitching on the side, which is actually providing a super secure lockdown fit. What's up, man? Super secure lockdown fit on the laces, so you pull down. I mean, you're getting that lateral support that you need on the runs. I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, use my I use the pull tab a lot. If I'm at a stoplight, which I know many of us are, I got my legs up, I'm stretching, and that pull tab is one of the things that I'm holding on to really get my quads engaged. I know a lot of people don't use it for that. They use it for just slipping your shoes on, but I, for one, appreciate it. So what we all know and love about this shoe, we've got all this EVA foam. It is super, super light. This is a 9-ounce shoe. We've got a 5mm drop. And then we have these rubber traction outsoles, which give you some good traction on the ground when you're running. These are all things that we know and love about the Hokas. You can look all this up online. I'm just telling you right now, but now let's get into what you really want to know about, is how does this shoe perform? So I, for one, can tell you that I've gone on some quick runs with this, and I feel like they're just kind of an extension of my foot, because they are kind of narrow and they're locked down really secure, like I mentioned with that with this lateral stitching. So you're flying if you want to. You don't feel any resistance from the shoe, and I think that's the best way you want it. Today I was on quite a bit of a different run. I've done quite a few miles this week, so I wanted to take it slow. I'm struggling to purposefully go slow on my runs because I've got a really long run coming up. I'm doing a half Ironman, so I need to make sure to be able to pace myself slowly. So I decided to take these out with the extra cushioning, because if I'm going to be on my feet for longer, I wanted to make sure that I was going to have a soft ride the whole time. And this foam is really what's coming in clutch there, because every step I take, I'm not really feeling it. So it's perfect for me. I'm going on a nice, long, slow run. This is what it's for. It's a daily trainer, as well as the fast racing shoe if you need to. I think the shoe is only 9 ounces. So 9 ounces, this shoe was feeling great. I mean, I guess that doesn't say much, but it's super light. Trust me, it's super light. Feels great on the foot. And what I mentioned at the beginning of this video, for us wide-footed runners who don't necessarily like to admit it, or fall somewhere in between where we're not really buying wide shoes, but sometimes shoes end up a little narrow for us. I don't think this is a super narrow shoe, but I definitely feel some narrowness compared to, I don't know, like to the Bondi. So the Bondi I felt was almost too wide. This one is just a bit narrow for me. I try not to judge it right away. So on the first runs, let's see. On the first runs I was doing on this, felt great, it felt fine. Give it some time to break in, and I was right. So after you run in these shoes for a little while, they definitely starting to widen up. I'm sure some of that secure lockdown fit I was talking about earlier, if I loosen up a little bit there, I'd feel a little bit better. But mostly it's just in my left foot. As you guys know, that's the one that I've injured before. I do typically run with a custom insole in there. That's what really gives my arch that lift and helps negate some of that narrowness, which I know doesn't make sense, but my foot is lifted up by the insole, so it's really, I guess, not collapsing outwards or elongating with my gait. So if you're gonna run in the shoe and you have not wide feet, but I guess normal size feet, or normal width feet, an M or an E, you would definitely need to break this in. So I would say that it's a super comfortable ride. It's really not giving me any problems, but I thought it would be something I mention. But as always, if you feel that this shoe is a little bit too narrow for you or anything, we do have a great 90-day return policy, or 90-day exchange policy on this, 60-day return. So if you're running this shoe for 60 days, you can come back, exchange it. If you're running it for 90 days, you can come back and we'll make sure to get the right fit for you. So we'll put you in a different shoe, one that we think is gonna help you out a little bit better. All right, I feel like I've been talking for a while. I'm gonna get back on my run. All right, enjoy the shoe.